Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and in today's reformer workout, our specific focus is going to be on creating healthy shoulders. So a lot of this is going to be geared towards rotator cuff and specifically all of the shoulder muscles, since 90% of the shoulder is created of muscle. So that's going to be our goal today. I am working on a balanced body piece of equipment, and for those that are working on a different model at home, I will give you the recommended spring settings for each of those exercises. It's still going to be a full body workout, as you guys know. I'm a big fan of that. But anyways, yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I have over 40 apparatus workouts here on the channel, and everything is divided into a playlist section. So feel free to check out any of those reformer, tower, and chair workouts there. I also have student tutorials, so if you're interested in enhancing your Pilates practice and understanding the why behind the things that we do from an instructor point of view, feel free to check those out. For those that are interested in enhancing their Pilates knowledge and putting your own workouts together or becoming a Pilates instructor, Function Pilates has its own teacher training program. I am the master trainer, and I have a couple other people under me that I have trained myself. So if you are interested in a virtual or an in-person teacher training, check out the details in the description box below. And then for those that are interested in opening up their own business and becoming a Pilates studio owner, this is the perfect time to do so. Function Pilates is a groundbreaking franchise registered in over 30 states, and I'd be happy to give you more information on how to get started with that. I also am linking below in that description box recommended videos towards this one. So for those that are just ready to get working out, let's go ahead and begin.
Let's go ahead and begin with a functional warm-up. Standing hip distance apart, arms are by your side. Take a nice deep breath, drop that chin to the chest and begin to roll yourself down ever so gently, fingertips reaching for the floor. Take an exhale to draw the belly in, to restack slowly up to that nice tall standing position, shoulders back. Let's do that again. Nod that chin to the chest and just very slowly peeling your spine away from this imaginary wall. Forward fold there. Exhale to restack your spine up, scooping that belly, big shoulder roll back. Good. So with one arm, let's make some nice large circles here, going all the way back, just stretching out the front of the shoulder and into that chest. About 10 repetitions here. It's doing the other side, and we're going backwards on purpose to really enhance the stretch through the shoulder and through the pectoral muscle. And then from here, I'm going to have you guys just go ahead, take your head over to the right side and drop your left fingertips towards the floor to enhance a stretch through the lower shoulder. Lower part of the shoulder into the lower part of the neck. Other side, tilt the head over, reaching straight down through those right fingertips and just breathing. The next stretch, go ahead and tilt it back to the right and very gently, just taking your opposite hand, bring your ear to your shoulder and again stretching down with those left fingertips. You should feel this a little bit higher up in the neck this time. Other side. Returning through center. From here, go ahead into a golfer's grip where your knuckles are against your temples, thumbs at your chin, and slowly bringing your elbows towards one another. So for those that are having a difficult time actually having your elbows touch, that's okay. Just go ahead to the point, to your stopping point. But you should feel a stretch to the back of your shoulders, and then be super mindful that you're not breaking the wrist, that it's still maintaining a nice neutral position at the wrist. About 15 repetitions here. And then maintain the golfer's grip. Thumbs are pointed forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and go into front circles here. Beautiful. So nice deep breathing. Slow and controlled movements there with the circle. The goal is to really squeeze those shoulder blades together. We did about 20. Go ahead and flip your palms up, squeeze again, and go backwards. Keep pinching those shoulder blades together like you're holding onto a pencil. And then dropping down. Beautiful. So we're going to set ourselves up for our footwork. I have on 3.5 springs, which is 2 reds, 1 blue. I'm sorry, 2 reds, 1 green, and 1 yellow spring. So making it a medium to heavy load for you and starting hip distance apart there. Stabilize through those ankles. Take an exhale to press out. Beautiful. Think about the knees dropping down towards the springs and minimizing the movement of your ankles here to really strengthen through those ankles. Beautiful. Exhale is going to take you out. Inhale is going to bend you back in. Chest is staying wide open. We'll come in halfway for small pulses, up and down, really keeping the carriage as quiet as possible. And then exhale, press to straighten the legs. Perfect. So then from here, let's take our heels together and our toes together to make our legs a unit. Again, minimize the movement of your ankles or your feet as if you were pressing the bottoms of your feet against a board. And then focus on pinching those knees together. So as you press out, are you able to maintain that connection, or do you feel like those legs are starting to separate? Come in halfway, adding small pulses once again. Deep breathing, abs are in, chest is open. Exhale, press to straighten the legs. Inhale, let's bend it. We're going to go ahead and take our heels together, toes apart, forming that small V position. And focus on really taking those inner thighs and pinching them together, tweezing them together. Feel this lift from your pelvic floor and deepening the connection through your abdominal muscles. Exhale, press out, and inhale to bend. About 10 repetitions, and then bring it in halfway for those pulses. And about 5 to 10 pulses here. Exhale, straighten the legs and return home. Let's take those heels out all the way wide, a slight turned out position with the knees still in line with your shoulders. Exhale, extend, and inhale to bend. So when you're doing your footwork, make the muscle focus about initiating from your hamstrings. You're going to feel your quads, the front of your thighs, but really focus on the initiation process through the glutes and hamstrings here. You want to keep your tailbone heavy so you don't feel like the tailbone is lifting off the mat. Little pulses back in halfway. On your 10th one, exhale, straighten the legs, and let's return all the way in. So we're going to shift down to the toes, staying wide, elevate those heels, and try to maintain the distance there. So if you have your heels in one place, try to avoid dropping your heels under. You want to think of equal distribution through the ball of your foot, and also focus on having each of your toes connected to the foot bar. Pressing equally. Exhale to press, inhale to return. Moving those toes back through the center. Good, heels together, toes apart. Again, tweezing through those inner thighs. Really creating pelvic stability, so we're strengthening out those hips. We're working the core as a team. Your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, your deepest ab stabilizer, and your deepest back stabilizer. And return home. Good. Take it into parallel positioning. Heels are lifted. Exhale, stretch those legs out. Finding a nice smooth flow there. Try to let your palms relax flat against the mat. And drop those heels on down for a nice good stretch. Beautiful. Really controlling the movement so it's not so jerky or it's not so bouncy. But the emphasis is on the way up. That's where you're doing the work. And on the way down, you're feeling that nice stretch to increase the flexibility through your calf muscles. And then take it into your running. So alternating your legs one at a time. Really, again, stabilizing through those hips. Good. You got it. Take it to about 20 there, and then bend those knees to return home. And carefully go ahead and sit yourself back up again. So we're adjusting the spring tension we're gonna go ahead and go down to, I have 1 red, 1 blue, which is 1.5 springs. So it's gonna be a little heavier for my arms than I would typically do for an ab series. Place your hands in the handles here. Legs are coming to tabletop. Exhale, press those arms straight down. Good, and just getting that movement and that flow. So if you don't have handles and you're working with loops, I would recommend going a little higher than 1.5 springs because it's going to still feel pretty easy. And our goal right now is going to be to focus on the arms and shoulders. Beautiful. Exhale to press straight down. Inhale to float back up. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead, extend the right leg, left leg to tabletop, flex yourself up. Beautiful. So finding that nice static position through the legs. Exhale, flexing the spine up, eyesight towards that belly button. Perfect. And lower down. Switching sides, left leg's extended, right leg to tabletop, about 5 on this side as well. So as we are going through these heavier springs, you're going to feel your abs work a lot harder here too with that tension. Perfect. Legs back to tabletop. Let's take those arms to a T and going into your mechanical circles here. So it's a very robotic feel. Exhale to pull in towards the hips. Inhale, hold them at the top of your shoulders. Perfect. So we're creating mobility through that shoulder socket, and we're working through those lats as we go into shoulder adduction. You have it. Drawing that energy in towards the body. Good. And once you're ready, we're going to go ahead and exhale to flex up, extend one leg out. Exhale, flex up, extend the opposite leg out. So getting back into our abs here, still working and addressing the shoulders and the arms. Beautiful. Finding that nice flow. Pelvis is stable. It's feeling very grounded with equal pressure resting into the carriage. Good. And again, exhale up and inhale it down. From here, let's go ahead and reverse our circle. So head is going to stay down. Feel free to add flexion, but my goal here is to really put all my focus in on the shoulders and arms. So I'm going to leave my head down. Again, if you feel like your low back is beginning to arch and you're not strong enough to hold this tabletop position, just lift your heels up and then pull your knees a little deeper in towards your chest. This should imprint your low back to avoid any pain or discomfort. From here, we're going to go into our walking arms. Find that L shape. One arm up, one arm out to the side. Add flexion as an option, but as you bring those arms in towards the hips, you can keep the legs in tabletop, or you can add that extra challenge and extend out to a diagonal. Exhale to breathe out. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, reach, and inhale to release. Beautiful work here. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead into our tricep press. Holding that angle, that 90-degree angle at the elbow, almost like windshield wipe those palms outward. Yes, keeping that carriage super quiet. And then extend those arms out all the way. Feel that work and that heat develop behind the back of the arm here. So you'll notice that I didn't take a break between my tabletop and resting feet on the foot bar. Feel free to take as many breaks as you need and jumping right back into the exercise here. Lower one foot down at a time, hang up those handles, and we're going to carefully roll to one side to sit ourselves back up again. Okay, so from this position, I'm going to lower that spring down just to one spring. So one medium spring. I still have my handle, and we're going to zigzag those legs, go into some internal rotation. So holding onto the handle, not gripping it. Elbows in next to the ribs. Exhale to pull that palm in towards your belly here. Nice and tall. So other options, you can crisscross your legs. You can also sit on a box if that feels better. About 10 repetitions here. Exhale, pull that palm over. Inhale, back to your starting position. So this is getting our subscapularis, which is a part of our rotator cuff muscle. Good. Nice and tall, shoulders relax down. So take note if you're elevating your shoulders. Just really think of them, the shoulder blades going down those back pockets here. And this is our yoho. Perfect. Very mechanical here. And we're going to go ahead and grip now the loop or the handle and stir a big pot of soup here. So minimize the movement of protracting through the shoulder, meaning we want to avoid reaching so far out of our shoulder. Reverse when you're ready. About 5 one side, 5 the other side. Beautiful. So let's take it to the other hand. Now we're working on external rotation. And if this is too heavy, already go down to a half spring or change out into your loop if you are working with a handle. I'm going to do about 5 here so that I can maintain my form and my alignment as this is starting to get heavy in resistance, and drop it down to a lighter spring. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish that off. 5 more here. Nice and tall. Breathe. And this is working 2 other muscles that are part of our rotator cuff. Our infraspinatus and our teres minor is going to focus on external rotation here. Then we're going into our sword. So nice and slow. Take that long exhale to open up the arm. Palm is going to face forward. Beautiful. Keep those abs drawn in and remind yourself to keep your chest lifted so you don't feel like you're collapsing through the spine here. We're still working all those postural muscles. Beautiful. So at this point, the shoulder should feel some heat, and if it doesn't, maybe you want to increase the weight, but only do so if you can still maintain good alignment here. Let's go back to our inside hand, going right into our deltoid reach. Palm is facing the midline. Take an exhale and straighten that arm up. Again, our main focus and our purpose here is to depress the shoulder blades here. So you want scapula depression. You want it to lock into place as you're reaching up with your arm. Good. And again, 10 is the number, but if 5 is what you can do today, then make that your number. From here, we're going to go ahead and sit forward. Again, sitting on a box, crisscross those legs, or you can go ahead and extend them straight out. You can even have a soft bend to the knee in order to keep your spine nice and aligned into neutral. So right into our Tin Man. We're going to go ahead and start with those elbows next to our ribs. Palms are up. Reach out in front of you. Drop those arms down straight. And then as you reach up again, circle those arms all the way around. We're going to still maintain our arms in our peripheral vision and in our frontal plane. So we're not going behind our body ever in this exercise. It's for the safety of our shoulder as well. Good. Exhale. Really lift that chest up. Sit up a little taller. If you have to soften those knees and have a micro bend, feel free to do that. From here, right into our hug a tree, so a soft bend at the elbow. Fingertips come in towards the midline. And think of your ribs knitting together here. Exhale to pull. Inhale, slowly open. You're in control of the straps. Don't let the straps control you. And bring it back down. Good. So we'll hang those up, and then we're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. Once again, zigzag those legs. Make those adjustments with the springs. So I'm going back to a red spring here. My inside hand holding onto the handle. Exhale to pull that palm over the belly here. So remember, we're doing internal rotation here at the shoulder socket. So our internal rotation is going to focus on that subscapularis, which is the inside part of our rotator cuff muscle. Beautiful. Nice and easy, right into our yoho. So turn that palm to look at your belly. And again, just think very robotic, very mechanical here as you just kind of rub your belly, super slow. Nice work. Take it super slow here. We're going to go right into our stir the pot. So think of that left shoulder rolled back as you begin to circle in one direction, about 5 repetitions here, and then reversing. Beautiful. From here, let's switch to the other side. Once you're ready, we're going to go right into our external rotation. So it's like you're opening up the door here. Take an exhale to feel that resistance. And again, we're going to have to either reduce the spring or just go super slow to maintain good alignment here. So I'm reducing it back to that half spring, which is a blue for me. It's a light spring. Good. Keep that chest lifted, shoulders down. You got it. And then we'll go right into our sword. So nice deep exhale to open wide through the arm, opening up the chest. I like the handle because my hand gets to maintain good alignment with my wrist as I'm opening up. But a loop is totally fine as well. Good. Once you've hit your number, you can carefully go ahead and take it, the handle, over to your inside hand here for our deltoid reach. Deep breath there to prepare. Exhale to reach straight towards the ceiling. So think of your arm going vertically or straight up like an elevator. Again, shoulder down, neck stays long. Think of those abs contracting, so your abs are just really tightening up. Feel that navel to spine to assist you with the movement of the arm here. Beautiful job. And let's go ahead and take that down. Good. So from this position, we're going to go ahead and turn our loops on to go into some hip work here. So I am going on 1.5 springs, which is 1 red, 1 blue. It's our medium weight for our hip circle series here. Lie yourself down if you like, head rest halfway up or flat. Find a good position for your neck. Feet are into the arches of the feet. Loops are on, connected. Exhale, let's go ahead and take those legs down. And we're gonna bend our knees, exhale straight out. So with this one, have your legs slightly separated. So you're about hip distance apart. It's almost like you wanna push this heavy box away from you. So you're initiating from those heels into the glutes here. And because the legs are separated, it's going to feel more challenging than if they were as a unit squeezing together. Good. Heels together, toes apart. Exhale, press out into our frog. You got it. Let's go ahead into our extended frog. So exhale to press out, open out. Without moving the carriage, drag those heels back together. Open wide, bend the knees, drag the heels in, exhale to straighten the legs. Perfect. So you're gonna feel those inner thighs, and you're also gonna feel the strengthening through your hip extensors here. Good, reverse it. Bend those knees into frog. Open out the carriage. Exhale to squeeze. Yes, so when you're opening the legs this time, the carriage doesn't move. So how isolated can you get into that inner thigh activation? Squeeze those heels back together. Good. Let's go ahead right into our circles. So I like to go into a little bit larger just to feel that stretch. But if you find yourself moving your hips more than you'd like, let's minimize the range of the circle so that you have more control over the straps here, that your body is staying nice and stable to strengthen those muscles. Perfect. Finding your breath. Reverse when you're ready. Taking the exhale to lower down, take that inhale to circle around. Good. So we're challenging your neutral spine here. So if you feel like your back is lifting or flattening, try to avoid that and really just maintain all the natural curves of your spine. Good. Good job. And circle around. Let's go ahead and take our headrest down flat for some spinal articulation. We're going to go into short spine today. So exhale to push out, inhale to fold the legs over, and once you hit the stopper, that's when you go ahead and take that lift up, bend the knees back to frog, exhale, massage that spine back down towards the mat, tailbone's the last thing to touch, extend the legs out straight. So folding those legs over, come into the stopper, exhale, lift up. Yes. Arms are relaxed, palms are flat. Articulate the spine down one vertebra at a time. Tailbone connects and we extend out. Beautiful. So again, this is intended to feel really nice on your back if you feel like you have a tight back. If you have any neck issues, that's a contraindication, so I wouldn't recommend doing this exercise. But you're going to feel the abdominal work here. So as you're lifting those hips up, feel the work that's necessary. And feel the control as you roll yourself back down again. Beautiful. Take that nice Buddha stretch. And breathe. Maybe soften those eyes. And when you're ready, let's bring one foot out at a time, find your foot bar, and we can carefully sit ourselves back up. Good. So from this position, we're going to go ahead and take the springs down a little bit lower, down to one red, just one spring for our Eve's lunge and our hamstring stretch. But it's going to be with a twist here. So we're going to eventually come up into a plank position. So take this active Eve lunge stretch to feel the hip flexor really open up. And then once you're ready, we're going to come into plank swinging that right leg up towards the ceiling into extension. Good. Align your shoulders over your wrists. Feel that control to lower your body back down. And about 5 here. And then go ahead and drop that back knee and take your hamstring stretch. Good. Align those hips to square them off to really feel it even more. And then carefully, let's go ahead and return it. So walk yourself to the other side. We're going to go right into that active Eve's lunge hip flexor stretch first before we hit those planks. So making sure that you're aligned, knee over ankle. Breathing at your own comfortable pace. Press it back. Good. 2 more. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come up into your plank position, swinging that leg back. Nice and strong through the leg resting against the shoulder block. Perfect. And then taking your hamstring stretch to finish that off. Nice work. Return that carriage in carefully. I'm gonna keep my spring tension the same, but if you need to increase it by a quarter spring or just add 1 more light spring on, go ahead and do so. So in a quadruped position, hands on the shoulder block, extend one leg as you push against the foot bar, find your plank position, and then working your shoulders here, go and press that carriage forward and nice and slow to pull it back. At the same time, your abs are working really hard, so keep those hips lifted. Try not to dump into your low back. But the focus here is on those shoulder extensors here. Yes, you're doing great. You can always come down to your forearms to do this, or you can have your feet on the ledge if it's too challenging to have it on the foot bar. One knee comes down at a time and carefully bring that carriage in. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and just cool ourselves down with a nice mermaid stretch. So zigzag those legs. Take an exhale to reach up and over. Shine those ribs up towards the ceiling. And super slow, let's return home. Beautiful. You've earned it. Really finding that breath pattern. And return back in. Grab a hold of that shoulder block, reach to the other side. Add a rotation if that feels good for you today. Wring yourself out like a towel. And take it to the other side. Zigzag those legs. Align your hand into the center of the foot bar and reach up and over. Good. Press it away, bringing your body down parallel towards the floor. And return back up. Grab a hold of the opposite shoulder block and take that stretch. And rotate, lift that chest, wring yourself out like a towel. And then carefully release it. Good job. All right, guys, let's finish it with a couple standing roll downs. So hip distance apart there with the feet. We're gonna sweep those arms up towards the sky. Take a dive straight down. Check in, how does the body feel compared to the beginning? Restack your spine up, piece by piece, shoulder roll it back. One more time. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Hit a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're new, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time.